RLH Round 3 GT Belgium for grade 3 cars, and yeah, that's about it really. Just trying to get everything all up and running. Should be eventful. And new to the commentary of GT, so it should be interesting to see as well if anyone is ready to go or out on the tracks. But it doesn't look like it. Righty go. I think they're just doing the warm up. Just trying to get used to all the key binds and what does what. That's Platypus Discord. Right, so qualifying will start soon. So let's have a think. Who do you reckon is going to win this race? We have got the likes of the formidable Jules above SMJT, known as Shane, but in my eyes he is the secret mistress of John Terry. Currently leading the way in the driver's stands with 68 points, followed by Aries Umbra in the BMG racing. I'll figure out what that BMG stands for. Closely by his teammate Wesley in P3 on 41 points, in the same BMG. Then you got Nika, Nika, who loves the ball in Team Default, partners of SMJT. And you've got the lowly lads of Zatomic in the Saints and Sinners, the Phil Divebond McConaughey in the Motus One Racing. God, you must have really thought hard about that one, Divebond. You got Deneen in Livid E-Racing, and to be fair, Deneen, I've seen you driving, I'll be livid too. Then you got the Brumandinho doing the Guarana Roll Centre Racing. Try saying that after a few beers. And then you've got Leprovic, Diablos GT. And then you've got the Bagpuss Gruff Had Enough, Lignac Paddywhack Give a Dog a Bone in Tapper Racing. Bogorovsky with 5 magnificent points in the Motus One, teammate of the Dive Bomb. Then you've got Fifi sitting on the last of the point standards on P13 with 1 point in Saints and Sinners. Timmy the Turtle, hopefully going to get his first points today. But as you can imagine by the name of Turtle, he's not the quickest, well, or the brightest button in the bunch really. And you've got Sem, who's debuted today, and we've also got Platypus, who is a debut racer for RLH in general and on the Super GT. So it should be interesting. We're just waiting for the formalities. And here we go. So let's see. So RLX Short is out on track. Going through Spa, which is a lovely track if you're driving on F1. A bit safer if you're driving on GT. Eau Rouge is not as formidable, but just trying to get used to the whole keyboard format while trying to commentate. This should be interesting. Okay. So a good time round here. Well, I managed a 1:58 whilst I was practicing with Team Tapper. So hopefully anything around there really. Got a short going around Pillar. Platypus returns, has left the room, so hopefully he can return as well. Being a debut race. Let's just have a check on Discord, see what's going on there. I can only imagine there is some issues. But it's always nice to see how the guys are going to go on. Just taking on board with RLH Shorts. We said the race is going to be filthy. So on his outlap he can do, it's going to be quite quick. Because obviously he hasn't got turn 1. To deal with. Which is always good. And here we go, 212.9, so quite a slow outlap, but he's obviously got to look after his thumbs on the super soft. So he's going to need to look after those. And as he's the first one out of track, we'll give him the screen time, because let's face it, you know, Shorts is not going to be really one to watch. He might actually tie up the back end of the grid, so you might as well give him the chance to be famous now. As he's coming down the Kemmel Straight, hitting the magnificent heights of 184 miles per hour. And yes, we do things in miles per hour. Brexit means Brexit, we do things in miles per hour. So anyone watching, what do you reckon the results are going to be? Hopefully it'll be an interesting race. Tyre wear shouldn't really be an issue. Through practice, from my understanding, you can get away with a super soft strategy. A bit of fuel saving will be needed in this race as well. Just a tiny bit, not much, maybe about half a lap. But again, that shouldn't be too hard when you're going through the likes of Sector 3. You know, just after Poo on, you can go through there. Put it in low revs, and then give it all the welly on the straights. So if you go through Blanchimont, and then obviously you can wrap it down into low through the bus stop chicane at the end. But let's have a look. He's doing quite well. 149, 150 as he comes up to the bus stop chicane. Diving in deep there, nice angle there, and it's just very hard, easy to just get back on the power, but you want to just gently just put your accelerator on, because these cars will spin out, and they will spin out with vengeance. So 205.0, so a good start there. So let's go along with Sem, shall we? Sem is on just coming up to, I believe, yeah, he's just gone through Poo on. I believe he is on a hot lap as well. Sem quite formidable in the F1 C1 category, does quite well there. Always a regular highest point scorer, always finishing in the top 5. Can his skills be relayed over into Gran Turismo as well? If he is, he's just one lucky Rebecca. As he goes through Blanchimont, as he comes up to the bus stop chicane. Getting a bit of square under brake in there. Chuck it in second, dropping down into first, just to try and get that car rotated around. It became quite difficult at low speeds. Accelerating through the gears and getting a 206.3, so that's a very good time. And as I've just pressed the wrong button there we go. And Aries on Umbra putting a really good time there with details up. So they're all done their hot laps. Deneen, it does look like he is going to be, I think he actually is in a hot lap. Oh, Short's putting in a very good time there. As soon as I figure out. The KE behind is. So RLH Short put in a 205.87 there, good time. Nika, put in a 206 there, nice little time. Deneen, Wesley yet to set a time. Tim the Turtle, going for it, all hammer and tongs. we have a look from the rear camera. Still trying to figure this all out. I've lost the times, so I don't know how to get them back. Just have to suck it up. Oh, and Timmy. That's obviously going to be a nice bit of damage to his front end as he comes through pull on. Just getting a bit tangled up there. Out to the camper chicane. So obviously carrying a bit too much speed through there. Let's have a look, see if we've got Bogorowski, won that for that likes a good old race. You've got the Secret Mistress of John Terry, SMJT. I think he's just about to start his hot lap. Nope, he's gone back into the pits. And we've got Aries still in the pits. And let's see if Timmy's going to come in. He's going to have to come into the pits. He's got to fix his damage that he's most likely got as he comes down. He's got a half a second penalty as well. Oh no, but he's going for another lap. As Bogorowski's just going through the bus stop chicane as well. And as he goes through. Cross over to P3, so that's not a bad little bit of qualifying there. Not too sure if this is actually qualifying or not, but I can only imagine so it's going to be qualifying. Alright, so there we go. Shorts laying down the law. And we've got the new boy, Platypus returns, and the Tapper Racing. And hopefully the bad boys of Bagpuss and Platypus will not cause any grief. But there we go, really cool start of qualifying. So qualifiers will last 10 minutes. This is not a restart, this is actually a real thing now. And the Secret Mistress, he's already had his time. Let's see who else is out. Let's go aboard with Atomic, the Italian stallion. But now officially the actual qualifying of round 3. And it would have been handy if I put round 3 in the title of the YouTube video. I've put RLH GT round Belgium. Nothing being politically correct there. So as you can see, 9 minutes and 10 minutes of the session is available, so obviously you want to get out there quite early, get around, warm your tyres up and just get ready for it. Not too sure if any of these guys do the whole trick for trying to burn fuel, but they go around in low gears in the next lap and then just cross the line. Slipstream will be a cause for overtaking as well. Obviously you've got the long Kemmel Straight. In fact, you've got Rouge Rally on Kemmel Straight. You know, that's a very good overtaking. It's quite a high speed track with the technical middle sector. So you're bound to see some overtakes, you're bound to see some crashes, you're going to see some tears, you're going to see some wheels fly across the room. And as I can see, I think everyone is on the super subs. I've lost it many times again. I've lost it many times again. I don't know how anyone does this as me. So F11. F10, so they're the ones that you really need. Right. So here we have. So we go. As Atomic starting his hot lap, we'll give Atomic the first lap. But he's got the knee right behind him, who's going to obviously inherit the slipstream as well, as long as he gets a good exit going through the source, and he does seem to get a much better exit. Let's follow on board. As you can see, the knee's really closing the gap on him there. I don't know why I'm looking behind. Alright, okay. There we go. So he seems to have overtaken Atomic on the camel straight. Missing everything here. Try and learn his keyboard. Shortcuts, it's not as simple as F1. Up, down, left, right, R2, L2, you know, it's all good. But he seems in a good lap. Interested to see how they all finish, but we'll jump on board with SMJT as he finishes off his hot lap. Only 6 minutes remaining, so he's going to have enough time for maybe 1 or 2 more laps, depending on the tyre wear. But obviously, with the great old hack here is to go around in first gear, revving the absolute balls off your engine to burn as much fuel to have a lighter car to get a faster time. It'll be interesting to see if they do that in this format, but everyone's quite competitive. And as SMJT comes along and does a 2:05. Well, Wesley just smashes it out of the park by doing a 2:04. Look at that, Wesley. Beautiful. There we go, got all the qualifying times. 7 for 2:07, so quite a bit off the pace there. 4 seconds of the pace. Atomic 10, 9 seconds off, so he must have been just saving up. P3 2:08, the lean 2:14. Back push to 2:08, that's not a bad time. Platypus struggling to get out of the pits. Well, this is interesting. Well, as much as I'd love to watch this all day, it's seems to be a glitch in the game there. Poor old Platypus. Doesn't look like he'll be returning for an outlap. Still struggling in there. Maybe this is compared to do a qualifying lap, that's pretty decent. Let's go for the other one. So Bogorowski sitting in P13, but I don't think he's yet to set an actual qualifying time. So I can only imagine he's going out now. Not too sure what the track evolution is on GT. As Bogorowski loves giving us a bit of a flash. That is his name. Bogorowski the Flasher. Taking those creams there very nicely. Cut a lot of the corners, giving them bollards what for as they come up to no name. Still flashing his little lights there, a little treacle. Now, difficult corner here. People taken right can make you up half a second. Taken wrong can cost you about 5. As he goes in, it does look like a relatively taking it full, so taking it a bit easy round there. Usually you can go a bit faster through there, but maybe just taking it easy for the sake of it. But at the moment, the top 3 are Wesley, SMJT, Short, and let's have a look. Backwards to set a new qualifying time, 2:08, and Umbra, boy, 2:05.6. So close, P3 for him at the moment. Deneen set a 2:09. And Bagpuss set a 2:07, which does promote them up into P6 for Bagpuss. And let's see how Platypus is still doing. Yep, he's still showing the pits who's boss. Just can't seem to get out of the pit lane. doesn't have much hope for him if he can't get out of the pit lane. But Rossi set a new time of 2:08. Do you know what? I know this is very interesting to watch, but this is quite funny. I think this is rather funny. I don't know if anyone's experienced this before. You know, we always complain about how pits always take the nick and it can cost time. Well, I think Platypus is actually finding this out quite in a hard way. So, as we go through, Bagpuss now, he's 3.5 seconds off the pace. Bremer has joined the ring. So the pace it varies, you know, it goes from being so close with the likes of SMJT just being a second behind and Aries being only a second behind, but Wesley seems to be absolutely smashing it. A 2:04.1, I mean that's a very impressive time, and if he's going to try and beat that, he's going to have to do it quite soon. Don't ask me about the team names, I have no idea. I would look, but yeah, no, it's not going to happen. So I can only assume Wesley is going to come across for a final qualifying lap. SMJT is on his final qualifying lap. Looking to do better there. Phil Dive-Bomb getting 2:05.8, only a second off the pace of the top spot. Nico said a 2:09.6. And just for the Eagles, yep, Platypus just fighting against that pit wall. He's getting there slowly, but just seems to be doing a circle this time. I'm not too sure what's going on, but let's carry on. Oh, and Umbra getting out of the way for the old Dive-Bomb in his nice yellow and orange car. Obviously, you're going to see him coming up, flying up on your inside or outside. With the delightful number of 69. I'm sure his children will be so proud. So as officially as qualifying comes to an end, the top 8 I was following. You can see there Wesley, SMJT, Aries, RLH, Shorts, McConaughey. He's going to try and improve his time. If he wants to move up, he's going to improve it by not by much, by about 2/10. But Wesley's still holding down the fort with a 2:04.1. Bagpuss has gone in and come back out. Time remaining. Still got 2 minutes yet. Still got Platypus just fighting the pit wall. Loves it. Oh, JT. 2:04.9. Still 8/10 off the pace. Let's see how McConaughey comes up as he comes into the bus stop chicane. And he's finished and he's marginally improved, but not too much. Oh, God, nice. He has improved up to P4. Aries is crashed out and at the source. Oh, he's reversing over the line. That's impressive. We're going to improve his time though. You've got Nika. He's done. He's in P7. There's Atomic in P8. Bagpuss decided to go into the pit and come back out. You've got Bogorowski in P10. Fifi in P11. Deneen in P12. Timid Turswick in P13. And like this, I think he's given that pit wall enough. It's given him enough. That pit wall cannot take any more damage. And it's unlucky, it's unfortunate, but these things happen. Not much anyone can really do in the situation. But well done to Wesley, he's setting a lovely time of 2:04.1 to get pole position of the Belgian Grid GT race. And as it's you, Wesley, let's find out what team you actually drive for. What is the name of your team? It's the FRT BMG. Oh yes, I've got to figure out what BMG stands for. Big Mary, guys. I like that. That's what I'd like to see. Someone that recognises the Mary Huffkanut. The big supporters there. Hopefully he wins. So here we are, the race. There will be no formation lap. It will just be a pure race. I do believe there is a sprint as well after this. Oh, look at all those safety ratings. Let's have a look who's the ones to watch out for. Well, there we go. We've got a sufficient endurance race, 30 minutes. One who's travelled most distance and crosses the line first after 30 minutes will be declared the winner. As we seem to be just waiting. Oh, and off they go. I think there was a false start, and Platypus is just sitting there at the back there, but Wesley's got a very good start. I can only see 6 of the drivers. And it looks like it's going to be a restart. Just as well, because Sam decides to spin up into Narnia. And I think that is going to be that for the moment. Let's have a look at what our Discord's got to say. Actually, let's not do Discord, let's go to... let's have a look. We're going to go to Spectate. I just want to spectate. Oh, I'll send a message. Okay, lovely. Let's do a spectate. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Someone else crashed into the pit wall, which makes it so everyone's got to re-enter. Hit enter this. Right, this is oh, this would be a good time just to have a very quick toilet break, and I'll be back in about 2 seconds. I'll just leave it on Wesley. Enjoy Wesley. And there we go, we're back now. I apologise, happened to watch Wesley and his pole winning performance, driving around. Oh, let's have a look down the order, shall we? And have we got Platypus? He does seem to be in there. So I do apologise about this. We have discovered that it's all the new boy Platypus's fault. Something technical on his end has messed it up for everyone. So we shall look at him and we shall cast the shame look. Shame, Perry. Shame. Oh, see, look. You see that fast step by Wesley 205? There we go, we've got the race now. We've got the 30-minute endurance race. We're going to start again. Hopefully we can get up the start. Hopefully we can maybe have less of the platypus errors. As you can see, you've got Wesley, SMJT on the front row, Short and McConaughey on the second row, Aries and Sem on the third. So here we go. Wesley gives a cheeky little flash there just before the lights go out. We're waiting for it, and off they go. And it looks like Perry has not done anything there, but it does look like there's a bit of a collision at the back there between Bruma and someone or other. As Wesley takes the source quite well, SMJT close behind. SMJT managing to keep hold of the lead, but all within DRS, well, DRS range, not Formula 1. But there is a little bit of a battle here, one between Nika and Short. Nika right on the back, and then McConaughey going wide up through Radion. And Short looking to go on the inside of McConaughey. McConaughey got a 5.5 second penalty, but as we go through there, SMJT trying to go on the attack. Wesley going defensive, going into the source, managing to keep hold of the lead. And you got their back push. Groff had enough just time at the top 8. It looks like he's in a bit of a battle there. But Nika just getting a bit out of shape there, coming up to no name, but manages to just keep it on the track. Wesley getting a bit of a gap now, 0.5 of a second up, but Aries is on the back end of SMJT. Going through Radion, and as you will see, we're going to have to be quite careful here to see if there's going to be any spinners. No spinners, but we've got Atomic with a 0.3 of a second penalty, and that is someone, that's the Neen going well off in the distance there. Get a 0.2 of a penalty, and I can confirm that Platypus's debut is over and done with. He's had to leave the session, I do believe, so unfortunate for the debut race. Maybe some technical issues that maybe need to be addressed for the next time. As Aries, as they come up. It's not the sources, it's the cones. So as comes to the bus up chicane, we've got the three leaders, Wesley, SMJT and Aries. No one making a bit of a move there. Short going in. Oh, can try and play catch up here a little bit. McConaughey the dive bomb in P5, Nika in P6, Sem in P7, and Bagputs just slightly falling behind the top 7 at the moment. Needs to pull his finger out, but then we've got Atomic, who's again just falling behind Bagpuss, and Bogorovsky just finishing outside top 10, but Bruma going for a dive down into the source, goes on the inside and makes a very good move there. As we go back up to P1 for Wesley as they come up past Radion onto the Camel straight. SMJT needs to majorly try and defend against Umbra, but Umbra's not making much of a move there. And and as you can see, Wesley's got a little bit of a gap there. It's only 0.5 of a second. It's not much, but it's enough because SMJT has got the likes of Umbra and Short behind him, who will be attacking. They look like they can go a bit quicker, so SMJT, Secret Missions of John Terry, will need to either find some speed to catch up with Wesley, or he will be defending most of the race. Alright, let's have a look down the order. Let's have a look. Okay. Within 0.7 of a second, you can just sit back again. This must be a good time for the people sitting behind, the likes of Aries and Short, just maybe save a bit of fuel. You know, they can get off the slipstream going up El Rouge Radion and the Camel Straight, whilst relying on the slipstream, which would be quite handy for them when they're going for the pits. So it's all the tactical, it's all the game of numbers. Can they save enough fuel? Nika in P6, just falling off the tail of McConaughey, but still within range of slipstream. Sem's playing slug just in the range of slipstream. Backpuss with a penalty for most probably ramming someone off. That's what he's known for. Backpuss the bulldozer. But he's now 3 seconds behind Sem, and the likelihood of him making that time up, unless there's something catastrophic in front of him that happens, is unlikely. There's Atomic. He's slowly catching Backpuss. He's within 2 seconds now. He's got a very good exit out of the source. Backpuss must have gone in quite deep there. But without trying to fall away too much from the leaders. Oh, there's like a move going to be happening. Or just look like the camera angle. SMJ seems to have got the distance on Aries, but Aries and Short looking to go on the inside there. Thought twice about it, but these four, I can see there's been a very tactical numbers there. Short just getting a bit squirmish under the acceleration and braking. Let's bring McConaughey in. He's only a second behind. He just needs to keep in touch. Wesley controlling the race quite well, staking at half a second as he comes through. No name. Let's have a look a bit down the end there. Bruma doing what Bruma does, chasing down. Hopefully he doesn't bring Mandini of it. We've got Bogarowski, who is under attack from Deneen. Deneen has had a bit of a poor start, to be quite honest. Oh, Deneen just taking no name at a very unorthodox angle. I mean, I've seen that corner been taken many ways, but that's not one of them. But he's right on the tail of Bogarowski. Deneen obviously races in C1 for F1 and Bogarowski in C4, but this is a different game. The mechanics are completely different. My old mate here, Timmy the Turtle, bit of no man's land, 15 seconds behind Deneen, and 2 seconds in front of Fifi, who's leading up the rear. Bringing up the rear, shall we say. So it'll be an interesting battle coming in the end there. Bogarowski running very wide there. Running very wide there as they come up to Blanchimont. Deneen sensing blood, giving Bogarowski a bit of a love to as they come through now up to Blanchimont. Bogarowski giving the flash. He's not happy about that at all. So as we come back on, Wesley still maintaining that gap of 0.5 per second. SMJT has managed to pull away from Aries. However, Aries has had a bit of a squirm. Oh, he's got some issues there, but Short deciding maybe to go for an overtake for RL Rouge, went up radial, but he's right on the back end there. Short is going around the outside onto the Camel Straight. Aries is going defensive. It is going to be a case of the last of the great late breakers. Short has got the position and he's managed to make it stick. He's broken enough going in to Les Coons and has got now P3. He's moved up. Aries, I don't know if he's got any damage on his vehicle. It's very hard to tell. I mean, he's got a 4 wheel, so he should be okay. Let's have a look at Mr. Dive Bomb. Nico put a bit more pressure now on him. McConaughey just keeping ahead there. Still in his 0.6, but McConaughey, the Dive Bomb, is sort of losing touch of Aries. But actually, Aries must have a problem because he is losing a lot of time. Seems to be a lot of time. 22 minutes remaining. Doesn't really want to come for a pit stop just yet. But McConaughey is starting to catch, and at rates as well. Nico just keeping within that range. Sem playing slowly going catching up, but he's just come a little bit through the camper chicane. He gets a half a second time penalty for it as well. But that's all good. And then we've got the likes of what's happened? Oh, we've got Bagpuss has decided to fall down. He ordered quite a bit there, so he must have had to spin somewhere. That's what it is. He's got his left indicator on. He's obviously got lost going to the shops. But he's catching up with Bruma. Bruma doing really well. They're starting from the back of the grid. I think it was P15, P16. I think there might have been 2 left. That's left. And McConaughey has gone into the pits. So he's going to come out behind. So is he chucking on a set of softs to get him to the end? Or is he going on a set of super softs? That's going to be interesting. Cool. As Wesley stretching, slowly just gradually stretching out the lead now. He's at 0.6 of a second. SMJT he's catching on the Kemmel straight. But it's just when it gets to this section here, I think this is where Wesley shows his skill and actually can manage to pull that gap out to 0.6 of a second. Short doing his best to play catch up to get into the back of SMJT, but with Aries heavy on his gearbox there, it's going to be quite difficult. He's going to always have that one thing that with Aries with a better run, take a corner better than he can. Nika falling away a little bit slightly there in P5, but he hasn't got McConaughey to get the slipstream off anymore. So it's going to be interesting to see when these guys will pit. Sem is on, well, McConaughey, let's have a look, what is he on? So he's doing good lap times there. He's back on the Supersoft. Sem goes well wide there. And that's going to be another half a second penalty, that's got to be. What sort of tyres is he on? Supersofts? Not that warm. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not going to be the quickest tyre, but it's not the worst tyre in the world. But McConaughey, he's already pitted. He's got to get the tyres to the end. That's 20 minutes on these tyres, these super soft tyres. It's going to be a bit of a challenge unless he's got a very favourable setup for the vehicle. So Wesley now coming into the pits, into the 19-minute mark. He's going to be coming in, as is Wesley. Short is in as well. Is Aries. Aries is in as well. Nika is in. McConaughey, he's going to inherit the lead. So SMJT comes out. He's lost a position. Oh no, Wesley still stays in front. SMJT in P2. Short comes out in P3, but McConaughey. Oh, McConaughey, I tell you what, that undercut was worth it. He's come through and managed to get P3. Only 3.5 seconds behind SMJT and Wesley, the top 2, but still P3 nevertheless. But Shorts with fresher rubber, they seem to have got a good exit as retaking P3 as they come up to Les Coons. And McConaughey doesn't really battle it too much. But Aries seems to be the big loser here. He's gone from being in P3 down to P5. As Atomic gets a pit as well in P6. Being hunted down by Nika, who has pitted, I believe, and is on fresher soft tyres. Yeah, both from the super softs. Bagpuss 8.2 seconds behind it. I think he's going to have a lonely race there in P10. But don't forget the likes of Denis. Denis can be very fast if he takes corners rather than drive over them. Bogorovsky. Oh, Fifi. He's I don't think he's yet to pit either. But Tim the Turtle. In P14 now. On these soft tyres, I believe I saw there. So he's on the soft tyres. I think that's just purely for the fact that he wants to get into the end and maybe be a bit quicker. Timmy 1 minute 22 behind the leader, so the chances are he's just going to the bus stop. No, he's not going to the bus stop, is he? Of course he's going to make that lap very quick. So he's up to Les Coons. Let's have a look at Bagpuss again. Let's see how he's getting on. Well, he's managed to cut half the time there from Bruma, so Bruma's had a bit of a squirm there. But I can imagine that Bagpuss will be coming in. Bruma is coming in, Atomic is in. Bagpuss is staying up for another lap. Let's have a look at his tyres, see how they're getting on. Oh, so he's pitted. There we go, I'll just shut my mouth then. So he's pitted, that's why he dropped down to 10. He didn't have a spin, he just went and put on a new set of super soft tyres. And he comes out just ahead of Bruma. Bruma only half a second behind, but he is going to be on fresh rubber, Bruma, and he will have a better exit coming out the pit lane. But Bruma just falls behind. There's Atomic having a bit of a lonely race up there. Sem trying to catch the back end of Nika. Nika, well, seems to really be suffering here because he's lost the pull that he had from Phil McConaughey for the slipstream, and there's sort of a bit of no man's land there. 6.2 behind Aries, and you know, Sem 2.3 seconds behind him. Talking of Aries, he's right on the back of McConaughey, and he's got fresh and bit tyres as well. So Aries looking to regain a couple of positions here to get back to his original third place, but he's got to do it by overtaking McConaughey and Short. This is going to be the most interesting battle of the evening, I think, for P3, the final podium. Only 15 minutes left, and obviously we've got the sprint race afterwards as well. There he's looking to try and get his third place back, but it's going to be a lot easier said than done. McConaughey, well, not really McConaughey, he's a bit of a dive bomb, but especially Short's pretty good. And I think what Aries needs to do is just give McConaughey a bit of his McConaughey's famous driving actions there. Just send it on the inside and hope for the best. Doesn't seem to be close enough, but McConaughey doesn't really seem enough to Short as they come into Les Coombs. So it just seems to be a tit for tat really, 0.4 of a second. Wesley just absolutely steaming at the moment, 2.3 seconds ahead of SMJ. And SMJ 5 seconds ahead of the top 5. Let's go down to Nika. Nika in P6, not really making any progress, still 6.6 seconds there. 6 seconds behind, there we go, so that a bit faster. And Sem's falling back off the pace against Nika. As Atomic only 5 seconds behind Sem. Could catch him. Chances might be. Bagpuss, he's on the. He's got a bit of a difficult one here. He seems to be catching his Atomic, but his tyres are a little bit older, and he's got the likes of Bruma, who is quite handy and quite quick as well. Still got his left indicator on. You obviously know that he got his driver's license off the back of a serial packet. And Bruma just seems to be taking a bit of a more tighter and consistent line there. Bagpuss just seems to be losing quite a lot of time there. And Bruma, just through consistency, is pulling it back to 0.4 of a second. And you can see their Bagpuss just going a little bit wide. Oh, Bruma looking on the inside, coming to the bus shop. Is he going to make a move? He's going around the outside. Bagpuss defending on the inside. But can he attack going for this through the bus stop? Great move by Bruma, take nothing away from him on the outside. On the outside, and just took him on the inside, and that was it really. But let's see if Bagpuss has got anything left in there. You know what it is, it's all that power that left indicator's got going. It's draining all the power from the engine, that's why it's going so slow. But Bagpuss should be safe in the knowledge that he will be P10. I don't see Bogorowski or Nina making up 15 seconds in 12 minutes time. keeping in the back end of Bruma, getting the slipstream. But let's go back onto the fight from P3. Short almost a second ahead now of McConaughey. McConaughey just putting up distance against Aries. Nika again just not falling back a bit further back from Aries, but again he doesn't have the luxury of having the slipstream that Aries has and McConaughey have. So he's naturally going to fall down the order. Sem, how's he getting on? Sem is keeping it consistent, not really much to say around Sem at the moment. As Atomic, he's 4 seconds, and he's dropped back a little bit from Sem. Bruma is now stretched the gap from back scruff to 0.9 now, so Bagpuss's slipstream won't be as strong. He'll still gain the effects, but it won't be as fruitful. The worst thing that Bagpuss can do now is try and overdrive. And there seems to be a lot of people leaving and returning, so we've got Platypus and Tim the Turtle, so this is going to be an interesting one, how to see what ends up in the L Discord. So Deneen, I think he's quite content. Oh, there we go. Takes a bit too much there and decides to plant it right in the wall. He just done what Platypus did in the pit lane, but on the actual circuit itself. So that's going to give Fifi a chance to close the gap a little bit, I suppose. If you can just get a bit consistent, I think Bagpuss and McConaughey are in the pits. So let's go back onto them. They're refueling. He's going to come on P10, maybe look for the undercut again. So he needs to put a really good outlap in. McConaughey he's going to get down to P7, but he's just lucky enough that he is in the sights for Sem. Sem got a 0.2 of a second penalty, but that will just naturally go down as he goes around the track. So if McConaughey could just get on the back of Sem's slipstream, he could have a chance again to just do the undercut. How's Short doing? Short's doing pretty well. Still 4 seconds behind of SMJ and 3 seconds ahead of Aries. So I'm just looking for the closest battle at the moment, and it doesn't seem to really happen. So I'm guessing it'll be between Atomic and Bruma, but again everyone still needs to pit. What do you mean? I know damage is on in this game. He seems to give his bumper a bit of a better whack. Well, saying that, Wesley, you're losing a bit of time there. And Wesley comes into the pits from the lead, and Wesley is going to follow. So it's going to be a case of Short is now in, Aries is in. Now let's see where McConaughey is. McConaughey is just coming through Blanchimont, come up to the bus stop chicane now. Where is McConaughey going to come underneath us there? McConaughey is in P3. He's coming up to La Source and P10. And Short is quite a while behind, but again Short has got P3 and Aries has managed to get P4 and McConaughey has dropped down to P5, so Aries has managed to get the jump on McConaughey. Bagpuss temporarily in P9. He's managed to get another cut on Bruma, so I don't know what's happened with Bruma. Did Bruma take a bit too long? Be a bit of damage that he had to pack for. The knee, I don't think it's pitted yet. Let's have a look. Might have pitted. But we've only 7 minutes left to go. All the battle was... SMJ has just managed to get... I don't know what's happened there, whether he's saved the fuel or not had the fuel. But Wesley is on the defence against SMJT, so this is going to be the last... I'd imagine 2 or 3 laps is going to be a battle for P1. Wesley on the defence against SMJ. And the question is, who has the fuel? not too sure if we're going to find that out through these. But as we go now, as you're coming through Blanchemont, SMJ is right, he's looking to go on the outside, going to the bus stop chicane, but Wesley goes defensive. SMJ is, well, I'll tell you what, Wesley's taking a defensive line. SMJ could have gone around the outside, but there's always better ways of overtaking. Now what SMJ needs is a good exit out of the source, and it looks like he's got it as well. A 2.9 the difference. As Atomic now pits in on P8. Oh, Wesley getting a bit out of shapes there as he comes to the Camel straight. 0.1 of a second now. SMJ rides on the back end. The rear bumper of Wesley. Wesley goes defensive as they come into Les Coombs. Wesley's got the inside line. SMJ decides to go to the inside line and not go for the overtake yet. 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Don't really want to take our eyes off this battle, but I just need to have a quick look. Short and Umbra. We're going to be having a battle for P3 for the final podium. Nico in no man's land. Sem in no man's land. Atomic, yeah, sort of no man's land. Bagpuss, as long as you can keep Vroom behind. Vroom again, if you can challenge Bagpuss, will be quite interesting in the last couple of laps. Has got a time penalty, but he's in no man's land, and so is Bogorowski, and Tim the Turtle just seems to be entering and leaving the ring. He is from Jersey, so don't hold it against him. There we go. So as they come through the bunch of SMJ just seems to be really close, but I think he's a bit tentative to make the overtake. The problem is though, if he gets the on the final lap, if he gets the source wrong and loses the time going up Rouge, rallying on and on the Camel straight, he's going to have the thought of what if. So Wesley seems to be putting the hammer down now. He's at 0.6 per second. SMJ seems to have got a relatively okay exit from there. I wouldn't say there's much difference between the two. Short and Umbre, so close as well. I don't think the move's going to be made on this lap for Wesley. SMJ does seem to be quite quick in a straight line. He seems to be piling the pressure on, getting back up to 0.3 per second. Let's see how Short and Aries is getting on. Aries losing time in the slipstream, so must be quite quick in the corners, but not in the straights. As I come to radio now, any mistakes now will cost the race win for Wesley, and effectively the same as SM as well. Oh, he's gone around the inside, coming into Blanchemont. He's got a better line. SMJ has got the lead. Is he going to be able to keep hold of it? Coming to potentially the final lap. But SMJ, oh, he just gives him the squeeze. I find a feeling there's going to be 2 more laps after this, so 2 minutes 28. I can only imagine it's actually going to be another lap, so SMJ needs a really good exit out of the source, and it looks hit and miss. It's all down to Wesley now. Just did a 205 in the last one. He's 204 is a quick lap. But as they come on the camel straight, Wesley's going to the outside. He's got the momentum. He's now regained the lead. Yeah, he's regained the lead quite nicely there. Short and Andre. Still bad out, but not really any progress being made. McConaughey, sort of no man's land. Just having a look. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's going to be any overtakes from the rear guard. So we will just stay on board with the top 4. Switching in between. Wesley getting a bit out of shape going into the start of Pullman. But I have a funny feeling that maybe SM just needs to reserve fuel a little bit there. It's very hard to tell because I can only imagine he is saving on fuel. Doesn't really seem to be making any gains, staying just in the slipstream. Or maybe it's just a really good lap by Wesley. This is the joy of it. Short seems to be maintaining the gap against Aries quite well. 0.5 has increased by 1.1 of a second. Coming into the final lap. SMJ gets a really good run going to the bus stop, going around the outside. Is he going to try and do a switchback? He does. He's just again for about it, maybe focusing on the exit opposed to the overtake itself. But as they go side by side up to the start finish line for the final lap of this race. Now SMJ needs a really good exit coming out of source. He does seem like he's got a good exit there. He needs to get right on the back end there. Closing the gap up through Eau Rouge, up Radion. On to the Camel Straight. 0.1 of a second. So I think an overtake here would be prime to win the race. Late breakers. SM sticks to the outside. He's gone to the inside. A bit of contact there, a bit of wheel rubbing. But Wesley still manages to keep the lead just. But Short manages to get the lead without the outside. Going through Les Coombs. The end of Les Coombs. So it's Atomic and Sember finishing P7 and 8. And SMJ, it looks like he's actually going to get the win here. And he's pulling away. I think Wesley may just concede the fact that he's just lost this race. Maybe he's running out a bit of fuel. Well played to SMJ though. A fantastic race from him. Doesn't seem like Aries Umbra is going to make the overtake on Short, but let's go with SMJ, who just seems to be just pulling out the time here. Maybe Wesley's just turned down the engine now and thought, nah, it's no what, fair play to the bloke. So the secret message of John Terry wins, barring the mistake at the last bus stop chicane, which he does quite nicely, safely through there. Yep, and he wins it. Well done, SMJT. And Wesley winning well. Short coming across for P3 for final podium positions. Aries Umbra getting P4. McConaughey not really being challenged by Nika. Nika did really well to fight back. I think he was about 3-4 seconds down to make it 2 seconds, but that is about as far as it goes. Bagpuss Scruff had enough. P10. Bogorowski P11, quite a distance away. Deneen and Fifi finishing off the grid. So well done to the SMJT, the secret mistress of John Terry. 189. Fantastic race. So we've now got the sprint race, which I think it's 15 minutes. I think. You have to excuse me. And let's go back to spectator. I've said my hellos there. And how many people we've got in here? So it's going to be a reverse grid for this one, I do believe. As long as everyone can get back in. Oh, there we go. Hiccups for the sprint race. That should be very interesting. Nika left the room. Tell has left the room. Fifi has left the room. McConaughey has left the room. Oh, they're all leaving. They've had enough. Oh, right, lovely. I've got to find GR Nika. Excuse me. So, we're just going to have to wait for a moment. Let's exit there. We're going to have to exit the room. So you have to bear with us for a second. A technical issue. Okie dokie. Let's see if we can find it ourselves. Okay. Come on, Nika. Need you to be my friend. Alright, got none left. Beautiful. Just wait? No, Shores, I'm not going to wait. I'm impatient. Why do I want to wait? I'm really impatient. Just because you choked. Just because you choked. You couldn't get the win. It's not up yet. You. God. Never known it. That's because you got a podium. Doesn't mean that you're God. This is the thing we're short. Where is the lobby? God. You randy little sausage. There we go. There we go. I found it. I found it. Just so you know, I'm not racing. Yep. There we go. What I love about the game as well, it's long to load. Come on, come on. Hey, enter. Alright, so let's have a look. Where are we at? Now, I weren't crazy, I didn't just see someone go under the map. Is Platypus in here as well? Oh, is the back push back? Well, I thought I saw someone go under the radar. Come on, short, sort it out. Some of us have got beds to go to. So this is obviously a reverse grid, if memory serves me correctly. So I do believe it's the ones that start at the back will start at the front, the ones that start at the front start at the back. And finish at the front, finish at the back. And there's me thinking I can hear voices, but I can hear my own voice because I've got the stream up, and yeah, I can hear myself talking. I think to myself, my God, he sounds sexy. My good Lord, the platypus, he returns. He is out on track. He's not beating up the pit lane this time. I don't think we should call you platypus returns anymore. I shall call you pit lane returns. Obviously, what happened there with platypus? He obviously had a bit of the COVID. Didn't have his Werbers, so decided to take it out on the old pit lane wall. Obviously, didn't realise he had to self-quarantine, so they quarantined him for him. So yeah, but let's have a look. Let's see what talent this kid's got. Looks like he's just seems to get himself warmed up. He is on an outlet, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Needs a practice for the feature race. Not the feature race, the sprint. Here we go, the final will begin in 7 seconds. Hey. So he's going to get across and he's going to do a lap time of, can't tell you. Looks like it's going to be about 2:12, 2:13 or 2:14 as I've just seen on the stream. So here we go. We've got Fifi, Deneen, Bogorowski, Bagpuss, Gruff, Bruma, 7's Atomic, Nika, Phil McConaughey, but okay, well, obviously the ones that have obviously dropped out will be starting from the rear, as they had no placement in the race, so they'll be starting from the back. Hopefully we can get pit lane returns to actually get off the line this time. As we wait for the 5 red and green lights, off they go. Platypus does go off, and well, there's a big old spin at the back there. I think one of the guys has decided to just not be there. So let's have a look. Who was that? So SMJ and Short. Short decided to go on holiday. Short. Restart. Oh, it's a restart. Oh, it's a restart. I think that'd be quite handy for our Bagpuss. He's seems to have got tied up with something or other. Aries will not be happy as he's managed to get himself to P1. Oh, short. Oh, short. Oh, look at that. Aries, what a bit of skill that was. He lost a hell of a lot of time, but that was great. Well, these guys are going to have to restart. Right. So, what we can take from that is that was all Short's fault. He decided to look at the trees outside his bedroom window. He got taken aback by the beauty and the magnificence of how nature occurs. How before you knew it, he was sure he should be looking at the green lights for the race. He was looking at the green leaves from his Christmas tree that he hasn't taken down yet, wishing for Christmas to come again. I think by this, I think me and Shorts will fall out. But it's what he gets for not paying attention. So you get a podium once, mate, and you let yourself down. Out of fairness, I think Shorts needs to have like a 20 pace grid penalty. Oh, there he's taking Humbridge. I think it's because he was in P1. Bremer breaking to turn 1. Oh, Shorts has left the room. Is he going to join the room? Or is he going to come and give me grief? Oh, he's joined. No, McConaughey has joined the room. So, if you're watching this esports F1 driving, lots of old Lando Norris and Tia Marduk and Arava, Ian Poulter. Poor old Ian Poulter. Poor bloke got punted twice. There's a guy called Will N.E. No idea who he is, but he was quite popular. Bit of a crap racer, but he was alright. But no, I quite like Ian Poulter. I secretly wanted Poulter to do well. But alas, he finished last in both events. Thibaut Courtois as well, ex-Chelsea and current Real Madrid keeper. He's a bloody good old F1 driver, he is. Sign him up for RLH. Love it. At TOL Limitless. He did alright. He did get into the sprint race as well. But I think he suffered with wing damage. He was too quick. I think we've well, let's see if we can get some. Oh, come along now. Surely it should be time. Some of us have to go to church here, Shorts. Come on. Although my soul's too late to be saved. So who's out on track? Sam, Wesley, Aries. I think everyone's in. See if Platypus return is. What's happened here then? Oh, I think because I can't go any lower. That's stupid. We're just waiting for someone to go. Oh. Oh, come on. Come on, I want to see Platypus. Come on, Platypus, get your backside out on track. We need to see you, as I've heard you've got the thickest, longest curls that you've ever did see. From your teammate, Platypus Gruff. Apparently he has trouble tying it up in the evenings before you two go to bed. Obviously your arms aren't long enough, and you know, Platypus, any chance for a reach around, he likes it. Why is my keyboard not working? Come on, not work. The numbers work. Oh, what's I can do then? Let's unplug it. There we are. There we go. We're finally now on to the race. Not too sure how many laps this is, but let's see if we can actually get away without someone messing up. That would be quite nice. I'm sure these people have got I know self-isolation in COVID time, but Jesus Christ. So we've got about 4 laps of the Belgium Grand Prix. Let's see if Fifi and Deneen can keep it going. Oh, and Fifi has indeed had a false start there, it does look like. And his teammate has just decided to send him into the back end and destroy him completely. So well done there to Atomic. Let's have a look. Oh, Platypus just going a little bit deep there into the source. But he's back out now on the way up. Simply a turtle. Back Gruff. Sit in the middle end there. Oh, trying to fend off short, but it's all backing off here. We've got Buggerowski getting a 0.5 of a second penalty. That would just come off anyway. Nika going around the outside. Aries looking to go on the inside as well. And Bogorowski going from 3rd all the way down to 6th. It doesn't look like he got a bit of a love tap there from Backwest Gruff. Shorts right on the back end. Shorts seems to have got past Backwest as well. Wesley's left the room. He's had enough. The knee going very wide there, cutting back across to where his partner is semis. Backwest in P8, still going through Bogorowski Doing really well there. Brummer getting a bit of a lead there. Aries getting ahead. Nico could be a chance for him to get P2. Sam again very quickly getting into the top podium positions. Deneen can be quick if he can keep it on the track, and Shorts, he obviously got the podium in the last race, could very well be in for another podium. But this is more of a lunge fest and hope for the best fest. Bogorovsky taking a normal racing line there. And what's happened to Bagpuss? Bagpuss going a bit out wide as SMJT goes round the inside and gives him a bit of a shunt there. And McConaughey follows through. Bagpuss losing 2 positions in 1 corner. Timmy the Turtle, he's almost there. He's keeping on the back end of things. Fifi, who started in first, is now all the way down to 12th after that false start. Platypus could be going for his first overtake. I don't think Fifi is going to be fighting it much. Fifi seems to be steering with a lot of damage. Platypus comes around the source. Goes, oh, lovely little line there. There's been an issue. He's got a 5-second penalty there, but there's been an issue somewhere along the line. Deneen, it's going to be between, it must have been between Deneen and McConaughey. So Bagpuss taking a bit of a wide line, they're going through the source. McConaughey and Deneen follow through. Short going up, Sem, Nika. So Sem with a good run here, could get P3. Nika just keeping him the defensive line there. Going to try and break the slipstream. But Sam's just a bit too far back for this lap. But Sam's obviously got pace, and Nico not really enjoying the sprint race like he did in the feature race. Let's have a look. Bogorovsky got a 0.2 of a second penalty. Bagpuss Gruff getting chased down by McConaughey. SMJ is closing down as well. Deneen must have done something seriously wrong. Timmy the Turtle doing okay. Platypus seems to have got off the back end of Fifi, so I don't know what's happened there. Tomic seems to be having all sorts of troubles at the moment. Coming through Les Coombs, and 16 seconds behind Perry the Platypus. By the counts, or Platypus returns, or the pit stop returns. So let's go back up to the front. Brummer being stuck by Aries. Aries had a bit of an umbrage of restarting this race, but I'm sure if he gets P1 he will no longer have that umbrage. He will just say, look, I've done it twice, I'm magnificent. Nico falling back, but he's falling to the clutches of Sem, who is now only 0.5 of a second away. But Short is then into cold and is slowly getting onto the back end of Sem. Short is getting on the back end of Sem. Can't really say that too quickly, but don't. Ogorovsky giving Bagpuss Gruff there a bit of a love tap there. God, sending Bagpuss wildly, massively wide. Still side by side, McConaughey and Bagpuss as they come into the bus stop. Good little battle there. Bagpuss getting the better exit coming up to the source, but he's got McConaughey and Deneen. It's going to be too wide going into the source. It's going to be the last of the great late breakers. McConaughey may get the move done, but Bagpuss will have the better run. Going up to Eau Rouge, down to Eau Rouge, and up. Oi, I'll tell you what, McConaughey, you naughty little boy. And that is left. Deneen's just come out of nowhere, just absolutely taking P8 away. Brummer now defending as they go through Les Coombs. Finish going through Les Coombs up to No Name. Aries right on the gearbox. It's going to be very hard to keep on top of all this. But we'll focus on the key battles. Brummer doing really well there to do defend. No, they've gone through Les Coombs. Now they're at No Name. And as they come down to Puon, and this is going to be where Brummer's taking a bit of a defensive line going in there. You can see Nika and Shorts having a battle for P3 as they go through Puon. Brummer taking a very good line there. Aries getting a much better drive and getting right on the back end there. 0.1 of a second as they can. I think Aries might just be, 2 more laps of this. We've got to finish this lap, and so in effect, 2 laps and a quarter. So Brummer taking a nice line there. Aries going a little bit wide, losing a heck of a lot of time there. Let's have a look down the line. Bagpuss in P6. I think Seb's had a bit of a to do. Let's have a look. Yep, Sem's mostly had a bit of a to do there somewhere. So Bagpuss got up into P6, 3 seconds, 4 seconds behind Nika. But with McConaughey on the back end of Bagpuss and Deneen and Sem falling a bit behind here. Fifi in P10. Platypus, the pit stop returns. Just stay there in P11. I think he'll be quite happy. Let's see, let's have a look at his. That time's 2:14, doing quite well. I don't think he won't need to pit at all. I don't think he needs to say fuel either. But this is something new for him. Doing really well. Now he's into the race. Broomer now as they come up to. I'm just trying to think where they come up to. They come to the bus stop chicane. Nope, that's the end of Camel Straight. I'm not talking about the bus stop chicane. This is going into Les Coombs. Aries unable to make the overtake, but he's right on the back there. Aries on the outside. His Broomer's giving him the squeeze. Aries has technically got the lead as they come round the corner, both side by side. Aries and Broomer refusing to give an inch. Aries almost losing the back end there, just taking a bit too much of that curve and being squeezed out by Broomer. Fair, but a good race. Now what Aries needs to do is line him up for the next lap. Next lap will be the last lap. So what he needs to do is just line him up, get him ready. But he needs to be closer than 0.6 of a second. Let's have a look. What else have we got there going? Anything else? Bagpuss and McConaughey fighting. Nope, Bagpuss and Sem fighting. Bagpuss has dropped back from P6 to P8. McConaughey. Oi! And I'll tell you what, I don't know what's happened there. There seemed to be a bit of a nudge between Sem and Bagpuss, and they've both gone off. Bagpuss will be in P9 now, and tyres screaming. Sem in, well, in fact, Sem seems to have done something there, but Fifi is going to take P9. Oh, and I think, that means Sem giving up for the day. Oh, and Shaw's got a 0.4 second penalty. That could be it. So as you come onto the final lap now, Broomer is in the lead by 0.8 of a second. Umbra. Early's Umbra needs to try and get a move done, but I think Broomer's got the better exit coming out of there. Nika is not going to look at the SMJT. I think this is how it's going to end. I can't see there being any more changes. McConaughey, Bagpuss is too far ahead, too behind. Fifi's too far ahead. I can't see unless Timmy the Turtle can catch up. Timmy's been chased down by Atomic, so it's a battle of the 11th place. Timmy getting a much better exit, more consistent exit out of the final corner. But let's jump on board. Broomer maintaining that gap of 0.7. Short's managed to get rid of that. SMJT is P4. I mean, can't let Short get 2 podiums in one night. We're never at the end of it. So Aries in desperation will be, he's got a half a second penalty as well. What's he going to get? A little bit more added on to that, maybe about 0.6, 0.7. And I tell you what, Short and SMJTP could be at the mercy. Short going on the inside, not too sure what to do there. This is giving Broom a bit of a free ride here to get through to win this sprint race. Aries has still got maybe less than a fraction of a second, but he's trying to defend from 2, and this has put Short wide. He's gone very wide, which now means that SMJT has now taken P3, looking to get P2 on the final corner, going through Blanchimont. Side by side, comes the bus stop chicane. He needs a good exit. I think SMJT will just take the P3. Oh, Aries getting a bit finished there. Well done to Broomer for winning the sprint race. And, SMJT gets P2. Aries gets P3. Nika P4. McConaughey goes down to P5. I don't know what happened there. Did you have an unserved penalty? Deneen in P6. Will Short finish in P7. Bagpuss is just slightly behind. Maybe run out of fuel. Bagpuss and Short getting P7 and 8. And let's go for Fifi. Coming around the last corner now to get a well-deserved P9. And Atomic, oh, he's overtaken Platypus on the last lap to get that final remaining point. And Platypus on his debut, 11 and 12. Right, on that note, I shall congratulate Broomer for his victory. And as it's now almost 8:30 and I've been shooting for an hour and a half, I shall bid you good day and shall see you soon.